Hi, everybody. This is Lowell, and we're talking about how to start a music school. And in this section, we're talking about other music schools historically that have been very successful. And today I wanted to talk about Nadia Boulenger's influence. And she taught in a lot of different schools, but she had her own school. Um, it was called the Conservatoire Américain at Fontainebleau. It was in Paris. And she taught a lot of really well-known, well-respected American composers throughout the world, but a lot of them ended up in America. Notable people like Aaron Copland, Leonard Bernstein, uh, Igor Stravinsky. A lot of really impactful composers came from her school. And what we can learn from her, what she incorporated, she used a lot of different things, but one notable type of methodology was called the Dalcroze method, which tried to involve people in activities with ear training, what we call ear training. I studied with somebody who studied with uh, Nadia Boulanger at her school at Juilliard, and she had what we call ear training class, a solfege class. And so they teach you. Of course, I'm a violinist, but you don't take your instrument into the class. It's all ear and voice. And so uh, basically learning how to sight sing, learning how to involve your body in physical motion with conducting. Um, anyway, it's the kind of the comprehensive use of eye, ear, and doing, or what we call visual, oral, and kinesthetic, the three main ways of learning. But particularly what Boulanger focused on were core competencies, what I call core competencies, and the very most basic elements of music making, which have been around for hundreds of years. And one of those core competencies is what we know as species counterpoint. And uh, I won't go into the whole idea of what that is, but it was foundational to Bach's writing, and she actually did a lot of analysis of Bach's work with her students. And from there, she showed how composition could, even into the 20th century, with modern composition, could be built with the same tools of composition that Bach used. And you can see this kind of thing in Igor Stravinsky's writings, a lot of contrapuntal motion. But anyway, Nadia Boulanger was very powerful in her influence, and she didn't teach a whole lot of students at the same time. It was just a handful of the most prodigious musicians that were on the planet. She just taught them very strictly and very with a lot of focus and a lot of high expectation of what she expected them to do and to achieve in their understanding. But everything she built was on foundations that were very, very ancient, or things all the way from Bach and pre-Bach. That was the foundation of her teaching.